So we're 8 games into the Premier League season and we find ourselves above Man United, Tottenham and Chelsea and just outside the European places. Roll the intro. Hello and welcome back to the Sunderland Save on Football Manager 2022, and by the time you're watching this, I'm in a different country. I would have landed back in the UK and we'll be hopefully spending some lovely time with family and friends, which I'm very much looking forward to. But in the joys of being able to schedule videos on YouTube, I'm hoping that I've managed to record enough to cover this week, and then there'll be about 2 weeks without any videos, and then as soon as I get back to Singapore, we'll get back on that video train. So this week will probably be just Football Manager, because they are the easiest videos to record and edit. So that's probably what we're going to be sticking with. So apologies for those that are enjoying the FIFA and NHL. They will be back just after Christmas. However, let's focus on this because we're in 8th. We're in 8th. 4 wins, 1 draw, 3 loss, 13 points. Absolutely brilliant. What a season we're having so far. It's been absolutely superb. Crystal Palace, Brighton and Wolves hold the 3 bottom positions, although Brighton and Crystal Palace already, just after 8 games, are quite far adrift. 6 points between Brighton and Wolves. Wolves still hanging in there. That's who we're playing today. And then we're taking on Arsenal. So we've got a bottom of the table team and a sort of top of the table team as well. And it's all going, very well. We're picking up quite a large number of injuries, which is a little bit annoying. At the moment, Lawrence and Sambi Lokonga are the only people out. But overall, it's not too bad. There's a name at the bottom of the screen there. Dane Scarlett has joined on loan. I was looking for a striker to bring in. Tottenham said we can have him for literally no money at all. So we've brought him in for a loan fee, not paying any of his wages, but we do have an agreement to buy him for £31 million at the end of the season if we want to. And he started pretty well. 2 goals in 6, a 6.86. He actually scored those 2 goals in the same game. So it's a little bit skewed in terms of stats, but he's a good little player, very similar to Ricky J. Jones, to be fair. And given the fact we're still only playing 1 up front, Ross Stewart's not getting much game time. Ricky J. Jones has been injured a fair amount, but between them, 19 and 20, they're both similar players, both goal scorers, and I feel like we're going to get a good return. And I feel like 31 million is a fee, depending on the transfer budget we get next year. I could probably be willing to part with that to bring in Dane Scarlett. Another young English striker can only be a good thing for the club. But overall, it is going very well. It is going very, very well indeed. This thing with the skin, again, just sort of pops up here every so often, and you can't really get rid of it. It's a little bit annoying. It'll go when we go into the game. But we are 8th in the league. We're not in the FA Cup yet because it hasn't been... we enter at the 3rd round. And the Carabao Cup, we got knocked out by Sunderland. So if we have a quick look at the schedule, we have the first game of the season, 2-0 loss to Aston Villa, followed that with a 3-0 win against Burnley, so they got promoted with us, so we can still beat them quite easily. Then we lost to Huddersfield in the Carabao Cup. I'd love to say we rotated the team. We didn't really. The only real bit of rotation we did is we gave a debut to Harry Gardiner, a young striker from the under-23, so again, looks pretty good. But he didn't really impress too much in that game. We then beat Crystal Palace 1-0, which was good. Leicester, we beat them 4-1. Incredible. We lost to Man City 2-0, drew 1-1 with Leeds, lost 3-0 to Liverpool away from home, and have just beaten Chelsea 1-0, which was very, very nice. I'm very happy. We've got 2 formations that we're flicking between. Let me just get rid of that. Hang on. Okay, so now we've got rid of that just by saving the game. We've got 2 formations we're sort of flicking between now. We've got CLF crosses with an attacking midfielder, and we have CLF crosses with a defending midfielder. And you won't be surprised to know that this formation involves getting quite a lot of low crosses into the box early on. We play a bit like Liverpool. That's what I've tried to sort of model it around, in the sense that we press quite high up. We regroup. We don't counter press. We get back into shape. But we get our wing-backs higher up the pitch, a la Robertson and Alexander-Arnold, and we basically put in the ball in the danger zone, in towards Scarlett, in towards Roberts when he's in this sort of area, in towards Elanga when he's up here with Scarlett, with a box-to-box one side, a playmaker on the other side, and a ball winning in here. And then when we play the more attacking system, it's the same setup, just with a more advanced player. So we're giving up space in between the midfield and the defence, but we're putting another body in to go and help the striker out. And I mean, we just beat Chelsea 1-0, so it's good. a lot of people probably won't like the idea of just chucking crosses in the box, but when you look at the stats for the best teams at the moment in world football, it's because they're getting the ball in the box. Yes, they're keeping the ball with possession and waiting for a good opportunity, but they're getting wing-backs up and putting crosses into the box. And it's a very simplistic way to look at how Liverpool have been playing recently, but that is generally what they do. It's why Robertson and Alexander-Arnold get so many assists in their things. You can see our scouts have been busy, haven't they? Blooming hell, let's just skip through all of them and get into the game against Wolves. We are going to go with the more attacking system, and this is the team we're going to play. So Bazuna in goal, Aarons, Hector, Doyle and Messina at the back, Garner and McCrory in the middle, Roberts on the right, Embleton in behind, Scarlett and Elanga on the left. A very strong bench. We get to name loads of people. Lokonga would normally start, but he's got a little nick. So I'm going to rest him and we'll bring him in against Arsenal, his former club. Tom Lawrence is out for a while with broken ribs, or fractured ribs, so he's going to be out for quite some time. James Garner just coming back from a long-term injury as well. Ricky J. Jones has just come back from a long-term injury. He starts on the bench. So I'm hoping we can do something here. But Wolves, the scouting report said they don't work very hard and they don't have very good stamina. So I'm hoping that a quite high press, put them under pressure, make them run, keeping the ball is going to hurt them a little bit. We've said we owe them. I can't remember the last time we played Wolves. It must have been in the Cup because they weren't relegated. So yeah, here we go then into the game against Wolves. There's our 4-2-3-1. Wolves I think are lining up in a similar formation, maybe a 4-1-2-2. A 4-1-2-2, that doesn't make sense. They are lining up in a 4-2-3-1 as well. Pedro up front, Cabral out on the left, which is interesting. Jimenez out on the right hand side, which is a bit strange. But yeah, we're in 9th, they're in 18th, so let's get into it at the Stadium of Light. I'm hoping we can put on a bit of a show and have a good performance here and get some goals. And we start with a corner. Embleton swings this one, and Doyle, I think it was, hits the top of the crossbar. And yeah, not bad effort as Otto has it into Dendonka. He goes all the way back towards Cody. Here is Ahmedzovic, who we actually were in a bidding war with against Wolves, and I thought they paid a bit too much for him. I think it was about 14 million they ended up paying. We went as high as 12, and Chelsea said no, so he moved to Wolves. Embleton into Dane Scarlett, round the corner. Roberts, Garner back in towards Scarlett. The keeper's come, and the keeper missed it, and it was Adzamovic who got the block on the shot. And we have started well. Embleton with another corner. This one goes in towards more of the middle of the goal. Hector keeps it alive, but nothing's going to come of that one. And we've started well. Good to see. 4 shots, none on target yet, but a good start. Free kick then. Patrick Roberts on it. Swings it in towards that back post. Dane Scarlett over the bar. He is quite good in the box in those areas. He's just not... We haven't got any on target yet, and we need him to sort of pull his finger out and make that happen. Corner then to Wolves. Giovanni puts it into the back post and the header's over the bar from Pedro. And you've got to say, Wolves have got a dangerous front three. They really have with Cabral, Pedro and Jimenez. It's just they're all playing a little bit weirdly out of position. So we're playing pretty well. I don't want to say I'm delighted. I sort of want to see... Let's go with that. We've been the better team because I think we have. We'll leave it there as well. We're not going to say anything else. We'll just say we've been the better team, keep it up, and the result will come. Burnley and Everton having a blinder of a game there. 4-4 in that one. And I tell you what, Elanga is struggling in the Premier League. He's really not playing like he was in the Championship. But Patrick Roberts is not enjoying life in the higher divisions. We are going to go for Ricky J. Jones on this side. He is right-footed, so he doesn't really suit playing as an inverted winger or forward out on that side. But we'll see how it goes. It's a bit more pace up front as Elanga feeds it into Scarlett. Scarlett brings it down. There is Max Aarons on the overlap. And Max Aarons dinks it in. It's just beyond Scarlett. Messina keeps it alive. Can he get across into the box again? He does. All the way to the back post. Ricky J. Jones. His header's into the side netting. It would have been a great start for the youngster coming off the bench in a not too familiar position as Embleton swings this one in. Hector over the bar at the front post. Half an hour to go. And we're putting on the pressure as Messina is currently on a 6.4. He's going to come off to be replaced by Sirkin, who is being a bit of a grumpy little git at the moment because he wants a new contract and I'm not giving him one. As Amzic has it into Angel Gomez. Sirkin gets back well. Embleton is tackled by Angel Gomez and Pedro comes forward and he's found Neto, who they've brought on to replace Jimenez. Neto puts it in. Angel Gomez squares it and Ruben Neves, who doesn't normally find himself in the box, has given Wolves an undeserved 1-0 lead. I would say. I don't think they've been very good in this game, especially from the highlights we've seen. But Neto got to the byline, crossed it in. Angel Gomez cuts it across, and Ruben Neves is there to stick it home. And that is 1-0 Wolves. And that's what you get for bringing on Dennis Sirkin, who's been a moany little bitch recently because of a new contract. And, well, I don't want to say he's cost us a goal, but, you know, he's cost us a goal, isn't he? He's cost us a goal. There's only 5 minutes to go. As I'm waffling on, 5 minutes to go. We're running out of time here. Embleton puts it in. Doyle misses it. Is that a penalty? No, it's not. It's cleared away. And Dane Scarlett, who was back there, leaves it for Bazuno, who gives it in to Scarlett now. Callum Doyle over the top towards Alanga. I mean, to be honest, if we can get mid-table this year, I'd be delighted. If we can just survive, I'd be very happy. McCrory, Garner, out to Ricky J. Jones, into Scarlett. Oh, my word, he's missed the target, but he was offside anyway. And it looks like it could potentially be a 1-0 loss here. And it is going to be a 1-0 loss. The away team get the result. Oh, it's disappointing. We played pretty well, but I'll say unlucky. It just wasn't to be. I think we played well. Next up is Arsenal, who are in 6th position. They also dropped a place, but they've got a game in hand. So Chelsea can overtake us. Fulham can overtake us as well. But that's about it. Tottenham can't quite catch us. So, yeah, very, very interesting. We'll be back for that game against Arsenal in just a second. Here we are then, back for the game against Arsenal, and it's a pretty similar team, but we're going to the holding midfielder formation, obviously. Arsenal are quite a good team. Bazuna in goal, Aarons, Hector, Doyle and Messina at the back, McCrory, Sambi Lokonga and Garner in the middle, so Sambi Lokonga coming in against his former team. Roberts on the right, Elanga on the left and Scarlett up front. Embleton drops down to the bench, replacing Ross Stewart, who's completely dropping out of the matchday squad. Something he's probably not too happy about, but I'm sure he will get over it. Doyle is testing my patience at the moment this season. He's not started very well. A 6.57. Really struggling with a step up to the new division. So I'm sort of saying it's his last game in the starting 11. He needs to buck his ideas up because George Edmondson is on the bench, who has been looking pretty good. So I'll be keen to give another go. But there is Arsenal. Sakir in goal, Tomiyasu Holding, Saliba Tierney, Verratti, Sergi Roberto, Madueke, Odegaard, Saka and Alvarez up front. Nicolas Pepe, Ramsdale, Bellerin still there on the bench. Emil Smith-Rowe, Guendouzi still there as well. Rekic is back there. So, yeah, a bit of a changed team for Arsenal, this one. It's interesting. Let's go. Have the media given us a lot of credit? Have they? Okay. Let's go for that then. And then we'll tell everyone that we believe in them to make the difference. Every single one of you. Right, kick off. Here we go. Dane Scarlett would love to score as being a Tottenham boy. And the Emirates is looking fantastic, isn't it? It's had a new roof installed at the Emirates, according to Football Manager. But, yeah, let's see what happens. Tomiyasu with a throw-in. Up it goes. And Verratti's there. Into Sergio Roberto. Out to Saka. Saka has the ball. Saliba, long ball up looking towards Tierney, who's pushed on very heavily from the left-hand side. He cuts it in towards Alvarez. In it goes Odegaard, who was definitely on the bench at the beginning of the game. Unless I read that wrong. Tierney. Oh no, Odegaard started. Smith-Rowe was on the bench, wasn't he? And Saka puts that one wide, not finishing well on his left foot there. Tough start. So 15 minutes in, and you can see Arsenal really closing us high up the pitch to try and catch us out as Lokonga goes back to Hector. He goes long. That's a really bad pass. As Roberto, good header back from Messinas Bazuno. So that game against Wolves, we actually had a much better XG than them. So we were creating chances. We just didn't put them away. As Bazuno rolls this one out to Doyle, up towards Joe Garner. Alanga, ball through. That's the ball we wanted. Into Dane Scarlett. The Tottenham boy fires it home. Absolutely rifles it in. And that is a fantastic goal. From the back to the front. It went goalkeeper, centre-back, centre-mid, winger, striker, lovely stuff. Bazuna to Doyle, Doyle to Garner, Garner to Elanga, and Elanga through to the Tottenham boy Scarlett. And, well, Arsenal fans are not going to be happy about that with the Tottenham boy scoring against them at the Emirates. That is a wonderful bit of movement and a lovely goal. 20 minutes gone, 1-0 up. And again, we're creating decent chances. And the 1-0 lead isn't too much against the run of play, according to the stats, as Saka's there into Madueke. Back to Saka, dinks it in, and it's a good header away from Messina, but Madueke's on the edge into Saka again. On one more to Kieran Tierney, who shoots, and it hits the bottom of the post and goes behind for a goal kick. Half an hour in, and we still hold on to the lead. Five minutes till half time, and Roberts again not having a good game. I think right winger, a left-footed right winger for an inside forward and inside winger is probably what we're looking at. Look at that lovely away kit. I still haven't shown you the kits in their full glory. I will do that after this game. And I feel like I've got to say I'm happy. I'm not going to give a gesture. I'm just going to say I'm happy. We're going to stick with that. As Doyle, again, a 6.6. Messina, 6.6. And it's this step up to the Premier League, which I think is hitting a lot of people on the quite hard. As it's a free kick here to Arsenal. I'm not too sure who's taking this. Madueke is going to take it. Oh, he's hit the post, and Hector just booms it into the row Z, hopefully. But I think Arsenal have made quite a few changes because Nicolas Pepe's on. Smith Rowe has dive. You don't really get dives that much in Football Manager. And that's definitely going to be given. Yeah, it is a penalty. And it's probably going to be 1-1. I imagine Pepe, Nicolas Pepe, is going to step up to take this one for Arsenal. And he fires it in the bottom corner. Bazoon has got no chance. It's a good penalty. I mean, bit of a silly decision to go for a tackle there from Garner. We will take him off. That'll be his last involvement, and we'll bring on Embleton as a playmaker. Yeah, Robertson just not settling into this game at all. Ross McCoy really struggling as well. Messina's going to come off for Sirkin, so we'll get two. We now have two ex-Spurs players, or one ex-Spurs player and a Spurs loanee on the pitch at the same time for us. 1-1. I'm just wondering, do we get our assistant to give us a hand here and tell us what to do? I mean, he thinks we should kick a lot of people quite hard, so we'll try it. See what happens. Sirkin has it into Alanga, to Doyle, McCrory, Embleton, up towards Dane Scarlett, onto Lokonga, and Alanga's in space, and Lokonga's picked him out. Alanga, oh my word, it's a terrible finish. With half an hour to go, it should be 2-1. That is a Roberto Lokonga, great tackle there as Dane Scarlett feeds it into Patrick Roberts. Patrick Roberts, go Alanga this time, it's there. And I was slagging off Patrick Roberts, and he stepped up there, didn't he? 2-1 now, and come on, hold on. 25 minutes to go. What a tackle from Lokonga that is against his former teammate. And Patrick Roberts had loads of space to run into, got to the byline, cut it across, and Alanga's there. 2-1. 2-1. We're going to drop to balanced, and we're going to give him some praise and say, well done, boys, because we are back in front. Maybe not for long, though. Tierney with a throw-in into Madueke. Smith Rowe. Tierney again. Kieran Tierney puts it down the line. Sergi Roberto. It's a good block, and Max Aarons hoofs it away and finds Scarlett, who then finds Roberts again. And Roberts is happy just to keep the ball. Oh, I thought that wasn't going to make it there. Bazuna clears. Tierney picks it up. Saliba. Sergi Roberto. Smith Rowe. Into Roberto again. Saliba. Guendouzi. Holding. Good possession play from Arsenal, but they're a goal down and they need something a bit more than just possession. Holding. Saliba. I mean, this has got goal written all over it at the end of this play because they've kept the ball for so long. Madueke gets towards the byline. He cuts back. Ball in, and who was that? Who was that? Who missed it? Was it Hector? It was Hector. It wasn't Doyle. It was Hector. 2-2. It said it felt like a goal was coming. Back to positive we go. Madueke did well. I'm not watching that again, though, because it was just a missed header at the back. 10 minutes to go. 6.2. Ross McCrory. Wow, he's got to come off, hasn't he? That is dreadful. I don't know who to bring up. Luco 9 potentially in there, and then we'll push him up and have Sabi Lokonga on in the put Sabi Lokonga into the ball winner midfield role. But 10 minutes. I mean, a draw at the Emirates wouldn't be too bad, to be honest. But when you've had the lead twice, I mean, they've had a much better XG. But we're playing well. It's confidence building performance as heads over the bar there from Guendouzi. 4 minutes to go. We're playing well. I'm happy. They haven't really out XG'd us, but I'll take that. I think I'll take that. They brought Pepe on and he changed the game. Well done, lads. You proved a lot of people wrong avoiding defeat. A good result. A very good result. I'll take that. The loss to Wolves was very irritating, but a 2-2 draw away at Arsenal, I think you've got to be proud, haven't you? I think you've got to be proud of a performance like that. Going to a team that's probably challenging for top 4 this year and being newly promoted. We find ourselves in 9th, which is impressive. First season back in the Premier League. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. Maybe I'm being a bit too positive, but I feel like I'm very, very happy with that. Right, here you go. The new kits. How do I show you the new kits? Where are they? How do I show you the new kits? Sunderland. How do I... Club info? Is it in club info? There we go. There are the new kits. Look at them. Just over there. No, just over there. yeah, sponsored by 10Bet. That we've gone for thicker stripes in this series, this season. So Fiat sponsors us on the arm, and then I quite like this away kit. Like, it's yellow and blue, which are the colours that are built into the game. But yeah, it's very Sweden, but I do really like it. I do really, really like it. Let me know what your thoughts are about that. And we also have my profile picture. I don't know how many people have clocked this, but I've put my own photo into the game, and since we've won more than 2 trophies, I feel like that's an adequate photo to put in there now. Winning the League One and winning the Championship, yeah, I feel like that's a good enough photo to put in there. But we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. It has been a pleasure once again. Look forward to the video tomorrow, and I'll see you very, very soon. But for now, I'm out. Cheers.